Anthropic has launched Claude Designs and it's crazy good, and you can generate prototypes, mini apps, full websites, slide decks, and even social media templates like carousels, one-time post. And not only that, you can also create videos for your brand. If you go to the Claude.ai, and from the interface you have this new option called designs, it will redirect that to the dedicated dashboard. So here are some things that you need to know. So before jumping onto this tool, let me tell you that it has its own weekly limits, as you can see. So I have created around 4 or 5 prompts and created a landing page, newsletter, mobile app, and a bunch of slide decks. So that cost me 90% of weekly usage. You need to keep in mind that it's being rate limited by Claude. So this is the first thing that you must know about this. So consider this as a mini course, because I'm going to go from very basic to the advanced level. So how you can leverage this to your own design tool for your own brand. You can use extra usage. There I have about a current balance of 110. I think this will cover our video in this. Let's go to the dashboard and give you the preview of it. So on the left side, this is your prompt area, or you can see a chat area, the type of designs you want to create. So prototype, you have a slide deck, you can do that from the template. For example, animation, which is a timeline based motion. So this is a stripe based animation. And here is the other, just start with the blank. If you want to go ahead and sketch on the canvas, you can generate from the other. So now here on the right, there will be the recent stuff, and there's your designs, and there are examples. So these are the set of examples that you can try. So go ahead and see what it's capable of and what it can create. And these are the bunch of calculators and the card system and the animation they have showcased them. So this will give you the idea that what you can create using this design system. And now this is the design system. So this is where your things getting started. So first part is to create your own system design. So this is very core of this Claude design, because without system design, so to create the system design, either you can navigate from the left, set up system design, or you can go on the design system and click on create. Now here you can describe in detail about your, or you can just specify your URL, start scraping your website, and create a dedicated system design file. So it will create a bunch of files, for example, skills and me.md, 2 files. It will have all the information on it. So there are a bunch of options you have here. So first thing is company name and blog. If you have a website, then you must add your website here. So this is a pro tip, because if you don't add your website here, so it won't crawl your website and scrape content, and it will have more information. For example, the color palette you use, and there is actually all the background patterns, everything. It will scrape from your real websites. So here I've said my website is promptslab.com. It's all about AI, complete AI suite, which includes 20,000 plus ChatGPT Claude. This is from my website. I gave it a brief company name and description. So now provide the example of your design system and products. And here you have bunch of options here to upload. So first of all, if you have a code on GitHub, you can make it public and add that here. Second is if you have a code present on your local machine. So simply drag your folder here, or you can browse from here. It will start adding all the files and indexing all the files here. So it has more context about your app, such that it don't have to create or depend on a third-party stuff. There's a Figma file. You can upload your .fig file from the Figma. It will extract all informations like color palette, typography, and everything. So there is add fonts, logos, and assets. So here I will add the font here. For example, this is the logo, and here I will also add more assets. For example, I have this font here, which I use on my website, which is Sora variable weight, and I will add all the fonts here like this. It will use only this font, which I use on my website, nothing else. So here you can add all the features that you offer on your app, or whatever the brand you're working on, assets you have, just throw that out on here. So you have different options, and here is continue to generation. So it will take about 5 minutes to generate. Yes, it takes a lot of time. So let's click on generate. And keep in mind that I have already consumed 90% of my limits. So let's also track how much it's going to cost if the limits is crossed, and also extra usage that we have. So let's just wait for it to finish. So there you go, designs here. So once it will check all the boxes, it's just creating us sample files here. You can see all the assets has been transferred to here. For example, the prompts logo, which I have uploaded, all the fonts files has been transferred like here. So it's just creating the structure. Okay, so I hit 100% of Claude designs limits, and it's actually in the middle of creating the design files or system design files. So now it will be getting extra usage from here. I will be tracking that as well. So how much is actually cost to create designs we are going to create in this video. So now let's see how you can change your model. So in the settings button in your chat, you have a different models here. System design is done. So if you click on the design systems here, you will find all the previews from your website. So here, these are the color brands, which is perfect. The gradient is perfect, which is December my brand. And now you will see a mockups or a sample code created from your website to see if it's actually aligned with your brand. And here are the UI kits. So this is a whole website that is just created. You can see, yes, it is being aligned as per my brand. This is perfect and looks good. So now there's a display. So this is the type of display that you, for example, half is of static color and half is from the gradient, and it looks great. So if you click on the heading style, this is also good. Now coming from the components, so these are the colors, these are the spacing. So if you like these components, you can simply get it. This is actually good. And there are different of pills and badges, and this is feature cards. So if you like this, you can simply add this. But if you want it need to be worked, or if you want to redo this particular feature cards, I don't want to add something like this, you can simply click on needs work and describe what you want to create. Okay, so you can click on submit and it will recreate that. So there's an input and forms. So there are different also brand logo, which is already there, and iconography. So here, for example, there's emoji tiles. So I want to work and say use Lucid icons. So now it will start downloading from the internet the Lucid icons, which is the free library, and it will replace that with. So this is how you can create your system designs files. And if you go to the files here, you have different type of asset folders. For example, here, these are the asset folder and fonts. And if you want to upload something to the system design, you have to attach that using from the chat. So here on the left, you have a chat here. You can click on here, add anything you want, font you want, you can add here, and it will start adding to the different folders it has created. Okay, so this is how you can upload your custom files to it and add to your system designs. And now on the documents here, you have two documents here. So this is the first is the skill.md created for your design system, and this is something which is include everything about your brand. So here system design file for this. So it has added, for example, the company contacts, sources, indexes, where your assets are. So everything has been defined here. So what your website is about, and the type of do's and don'ts, and hex colors, typography, spacing, layout style, iconography, everything is being listed here. So this is what it's going to use to create designs of your own. So now let's go here and test if it's done with the iconography. So there you go. So it's not going to use emojis. It will going to use this, which is a free library. So this is about the system design. Hope you get to know about it in detail. And if you want to export this project as a system app, because for example, you can use this skill and readme MD file and all the assets you have created inside Claude code. Yes. So if you're comfortable in not doing that visually here, you can simply export that as a zip file. So zip file is there. Now if you open this zip file, so this is a design system. So it has everything, the skill, the readme, MD, colors, fonts, everything is being indexed inside these files. So you can upload that as your custom skill to your Claude apps. Let me just open this in terminal. Now I will open the Claude. Yes, I trust this folder. So now in this folder, everything is there. So I will only say analyze the files in this folder and use skill MD as your skill and readme MD as details about this project. So this is a starter prompt. Now it will go on and analyze your folder. Now based on this, it has skills ready, it has context ready. Now you can simply go ahead and do that on the Claude code and save limits on Claude designs. So this is the way you can compensate with the help of this trick. Okay, so this was about the Claude designs, and let's go to the here. Just reload this such that it will do our design selections. Now you can start creating the project. So first is to create a wireframe. Okay, so here let's create I want to design something like a landing page about the new module I have on Prompts Love, which is cheat sheet. So I just want to create that. Okay, so brainstorm landing like that. So I will just click on create canvas. So to brainstorm it, you have two options. Either you can brainstorm with the AI, or you can start with a sketch. So if you click on start with the sketch, so it will open a canvas with all the controls that you are maybe familiar with if you know about Canvas, whiteboard, Miro. So this is basically the same. So it has a selection, it has drag and drop, and it has the various type of brushes, pen, however you want to call it. For example, you can do this. You have two options only for the shapes. First is the circle, and second is the rectangle, and there is arrows if you want to just add a couple of nodes here, and you want to add, for example, here a couple of nodes here, and you want to add the navigation to it. Just to brainstorm everything, you can use this sketch option. Okay, and you can refer this sketch option, which is already selected in the chat, and it can start creating based on that. I hope you get my point. So now I will delete this, for example, here, and also from here. Now I will start something like here. I want to create a wireframe for new landing page, that is for new module, that is AI cheat sheets. Create 4 sections like that, and let's click on send. So it says you are now using extra usage. Your usage limit resets at next Saturday at 12:30. On the right side, there are a couple of questions that Claude want to ask me before going further. So what are the 4 sections you want? So you can say here hero animation, then features as cards, cheat sheet demo, CTA. So who's this page for? So exciting bundle buyers, or you can simply click on the both, the new visitor as well. So what kind of cheat sheets? ChatGPT prompting cheat sheet, Grok mid journey prompting. Let's add a couple of more. Nano Banana 2 prompting, VO3 prompting, and Gemini prompting, Claude prompting. How many layout variation you want? Let's add 2. And visual directions for the wireframe. So match existing prompts closely, obviously, and slightly more minimal. No, I want to be as close as to my website. So there's a primary CTA goal for this season. Add to existing purchase, or you can add as a free download or a lead magnet. So this is what I want, and just click on continue. So all the answers you have done interactively, now it will start creating that wireframes for, and there you go. So these are the cheat sheet. So this is very intuitive way. For example, if you have done wireframing in your life, then you know the importance about it. So they created a variation A and B of each section. For example, here in the hero section, I pretty much like this one, and I like this one, the A one, and for the demo, I think I like this one, and there is CTA, and for the CTA, I think I like this one. So let's finalize this and tell it to create a hi-fi design. So what is the hi-fi design? So this is a high fidelity design. So if I go to a design homepage, so you can convert your wireframe into hi-fi designs, which is the high fidelity design, which is polished mockups, you can say. And let me just finalize this for hero variant B and features A, demo B, and CTA A. For high-fidelity design, add animations to it, 3D mockups, and whatever the things you want. For example, on hover effect, landing effect, pattern animated background. So this is just what I want. So if you click on send here, now it will start create your landing page based on the wireframing. And as you can see, the assets has been transferred from your design system to here. Now let's see after the usage of the wireframing. So it costs around $3 to create those wireframes. So this is from the extra usage. So let it complete. And there you go. So we have our landing page ready. So let's click on the reload to see the effects we have. There you go. So nice effects. So these are continuous animation on CTA. On the right side, you can see a mockups of it and continuous animations which we have requested. So these are the type of AI cheat sheets we have. If I go here, this is a clean design. You can see the patterns here, which is a box layout. And on hover, you can go ahead and see what it's all about and added the cheat sheets and action. So this is stop guessing, start writing. And this is also the testimonial that it has added. So here's something if you want to change. There are a few things that I want to show. Here is about the canvas tools. So there are different kinds of canvas tools available here. For example, here is something which you want to comment something about it, or you want to change about it. You can simply describe here and send that to the Claude. And next is the edit. This is intuitive tool which you can mouse over on any part of your designs. Even smaller, either the background, any part you want to give. For example, the component level. So this is the component level. It shows the color of the background size, fonts as well. And there, if you want to change the text, for example, every AI tool. So here I want to all AI tool. So not every. So all AI tool, cheat sheet, you can edit any part of the text here. Okay. And not only the text, for example, this is something which you want to, if you want to add something like cover, contain, and position, you want to edit. Obviously it doesn't work as a drag and drop, but it does work all the settings of a particular element, from the size, layout, box, padding, border, radius, everything. You can simply do that with the intuitive interface like this. So this is one. And next is the draw. For example, here's the draw. So I want to add something like a background to this. Okay, I will start typing here. For example, add background to this, and click on send. On the left you can see it took the screenshot, and now it will start editing and add the background to this. And there you go. So it has added the gradient background that we wanted behind. This is how you can use edit and draw too. And now this is the zoom and zoom out, and this is the present. Obviously I don't want to present this particular website, but if you want to see that full view, just click on new tab, and here it will show all the previews you can see as a full screen. Or you can also do that with the help of in this tab. You can preview that, just click on escape to exit that full screen. Now you can also share that with the teammate that can edit, and you can copy that particular link and share that to your friends. So this is about brainstorming from the wireframes and creating a high fidelity designs here. So if I go to the dashboard, you will see all the previews here, your designs, whatever you have created will be right here. Now let's reimagine our website as a mobile app. Let's create a project with the mobile app. Here I will say create mobile app flows from login, sign up, and it faces like prompts, section, menu, and other based on system design. So here you have an import part, which is actually standard if you compare to the system designs, but you can import a folder, web element, reference of the project, click on browse project, and you can simply share the link of these projects you have created and paste that here, and it will start reference to that project. Okay, so we don't need that in the mobile app, so let's just click on send and create it. Now first it will ask you some questions here. Which screen should I include? I will say login, sign up, welcome board, home dashboard, prompts library, courses, all the things that you need to include here. And if you want to add more screens, you can add that here, but we don't want that. Okay, so visual direction match marketing side, and how many layout variations you want. I just want one clean definitive, that's it. There's a how experimental design that should be. Stick to close the existing site patterns or push that into a naval. So I just want to push that a mobile first patterns, or a mix of both. It will be great. Should the prototype is fully clickable? Yes, it should be clickable. Anything else? Nothing. Just click on continue. And let's see the usage here. So we were about 108. Let's reload this, and 105. So for that high fidelity designs, which we have converted from the wireframing, and it cost us another $3. So that's how you are going to waste your API balance if you have reached your limit. So I'm on the max 5x plan. So if you're on the pro plan, you are going to drain your Claude design in one go, even while creating a system design, I think. Okay, so it has finished creating our app. So this is, I think, the login page, and all the tweaks are selected, so we can go with the different set of screens with the help of the tweaks. So this is landing page. I think this is great, to be honest. And this is sign up. Sign up has this create one account with the pricing, and there's onboarding. So it will tell you click on next. So what type of modules they are going to have on our app. And this is the home. So homes also look good. It looks so cool with the set of cards here, and the prompts they can simply go ahead and click on the prompts there, copy this prompts, and this is a great animation with the filters is also working. And there's a course, so build SaaS with AI, something like that. And there's a more section. So with the more section, all the information about the profile settings. These are the profile settings. Notification is on, appearance is dark, light, saved prompts, number of saved prompts. That's looking so good. So this is how you can create your mobile app screens with the help of Claude Designs. You can also create a video. Okay, so let's click. If you go to the from template and click on animation here, and let's add with the video like that. So here you can create a promo video. For example, if you want to add a background video for your hero section or something like feature section, you can simply go ahead from here. So let me go to the design files here. Let's see the landing page we have created. Let me reload this to find all my designs. So this is the landing page I have created. I will click on share and copy link. So here I will say I want to create a promo video to promote AI cheat sheets in Stripe based animation. Create around 20 seconds video that shows about its features, drag and drop elements, typewriter. So I will just refer that particular landing page and click on send, and I will start creating it. Let's see about usage. So it took around another $2 to create those mobile screens, which is okay. And let's see about our video here. Okay, so the video has been done. Let's play. Okay, stop guessing, start scaling, and there's a typewriter effect and ask me anything. AI cheats for every model. For example, these are the models and 600 prompt techniques, and copy paste ship. This is the flow that I wanted to use, and number don't lie. So these much active users and everything else you need. So this is the CTA. I think this is so good. In between some 2 or 3 minutes, and it has created a 20 seconds video, and you can use this to create any reels, and you can add voiceover to it and create a promo ads. Let's click on here and see how much credit is used. Okay, so it used around, I think $4 to create something like this. So now moving forward to the next is a slide deck. So you can also create slides to showcase some part of your features or any type of presentation you want to present about your product marketing. And even if you are working the organization, you can upload a file about your organization and create decks based on your Excel sheets. Everything is possible using this. For example, here I want to create a promo slide. And here is the design system that you can select, obviously. And this is very important. Use speaker notes. This is actually the script that you want to say while you can present your slide. So this is very important if you want to create your speaker notes as well. So let's test this out. Just click on create an intuitive chat, and I will just create a 5 intuitive slides with animation that showcase 10 reasons why you need Prompts Love Stack. So it has all the information about our project, and it also has the system design file. We don't need anything. So click on send, and let's wait for it to finish. And here we have our presentation ready. So let's talk about the cost here. So let me just reload this. We were at $101. So now we are down to $94, which is around $7 to creating these slides and speaker notes. So here is the slides, and here are the speaker notes. It's like a script that you say while you presenting this particular slide. So let's first navigate through it, and you can navigate using this, for example, towards the last, and you can reset with the R. And to present that, you have 3 options, either in the tab, which has speaker notes included in the pop-up window. But if you click on the full screen, it doesn't have the speaker notes. Okay, because if you're planning to present, you must have this speaker notes to be there and to see what you are going to say. If I click on this in this tab, so this is something which you can use as a speaker notes and while playing a script on your screen. So this is the next you can do it with the speaker notes. Will also go next on the slides at the back end. So this is how you can use speaker notes. So let's talk about the design. Design looks very professional as per our brand colors. So this is the landing one and looks very good. And this is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10 is here with the CTA. So this is how you can create your own slides using your own design system. The last is how you can use this system design to create something like social media templates. So if you are bad at graphic designing, just like me, you can use this to create something like Carousels. So here I will say create 5 slides of Insta carousel for promoting AI cheat sheet mod, and for this carousel subject will be 5 ChatGPT prompting hack. Research online for the same. Craft 3-4 words hook at max for first slide, and at last slide CTA to prompts add website on, don't add logo, set up pat behind every slide. And what more you can do here is to add something like a code block or something. Add code 3D mockup UI and code block to explain with after. Add, don't add animation, static design only. That's it. So let's click on send, and here we have 5 slides. So first is the hook, prompt like a pro. This looks stunning as per my brand, and also added this little elements to it, which is has these slides, adds prompts love, which is the handle. And if I go here, so the first is a sign and roll. So it added quite a great details to it, and I love it. And second, feed it context. So this is quite good. And the last is our CTA, where they get the full cheat sheet here. So this is the way you can create carousels using this. You can screenshot each part in a 3:4 and push that to Instagram, or you can export that in different format and roll that to the Instagram. So that's how you can use Claude Designs to create something like social media template like that. This is just the one use case. There are many ways you can do it. You can do the post, you can do ads using this, add an animation to it, add a video. So this is about Claude Designs. So this is just going to tell you what you can do with it, what you cannot. And also let's talk about the pricing here, how much pricing it costs to complete this. So it was about $1.5 to complete this carousel, and using the Opus 4.7. So if you use Sonnet 4.6, will cost much less. So this is about the Claude Designs. So I love this app, but only thing I hate about it is the weekly limits for the max user. This is not at all enough. Okay, thank God it didn't compile with the other, for example, All Model and Sonnet with the weekly and monthly limits. But anyway, so it is actually indeed very promising. It's still in the beta version, still in the Anthropic labs, but I love every part of it. So what do you think about this? Let me know. See you next video. Until then, bye-bye.